morning. Welcome back to the weekly vlogs. I've just wrapped up the last episode of Backless Bash. Hopefully you'll have seen that video before you see this one. If I can get myself together enough to actually edit it. I have a lot of clips for that. It's a lot of footage, so it might be a while to edit that one. Current reads right now, I'm just about finished The Martian Contingency by Robinette Kowal and having a fantastic time with this one. I have about an hour left in the audiobook, a bit less than that, so I'll be finishing that one up very soon. I'm about to go out and do a bunch of errands. I get to go and do a dog walk with Sky. I haven't seen him in forever. He's the German Shepherd Husky mix that I used to walk a lot, but I haven't seen him since I think like November or so, I want to say, around that. So it's been a hot minute since I was able to see Sky. So I can't wait. I'm just about to leave for that, but while I'm on that walk, I'll be listening to the rest of The Martian Contingency. And then I'm also just about done with the Saga of the Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, which I left downstairs. This one, I don't know if I like it, but it's short enough that I'm just finishing it anyways, basically. And it's beautiful. Like, the art is gorgeous, so I'm honestly mainly just reading it for the art. Very pretty to look at, but the story, I'm not really sure what's happening, I'm not gonna lie. I'm reading those two right now, and then I'm not really sure what the plan is for the rest of the week. I have a hefty TBR for April, and a bunch of them I have out over audiobook and ebook, so I think I'm just going to put in one of those ones at some point. I'm not sure which one yet though. I have a bunch of physical reads that I want to get to as well this month. I think once I finish Swamp Thing, I'll pick up another physical read. Yeah, I'm not really sure which ones yet. For my next audiobook, I might go with my in-person book club's April pick, which is Extinction by Preston, I think is the author. I might go with this one first just because it'll probably be a DNF. Based on the group chat and what people have been saying about it so far, I think I'm not going to like this one. So we'll see. I'll give it a shot, but it might be a swift DNF. We'll find out. Otherwise, for this week, I don't really have any plans, to be honest. I'm just kind of vibing. I'm very tired. It's already Wednesday. I'm getting a late start to this video as per usual, but I do have a very busy day today. I have to go again do that dog walk. I have some errands to run. I have to go get groceries to replace the food that I had to throw out after the crazy ice storm power outage that we had last weekend. You'll get to see cool clips of that in Backless Bash. So if you want to see some really cool freaky weather stuff, go watch that video. But yeah, we had no power for 24 hours, so like all of my dairy and eggs and all that stuff is in the garbage. I did try eating some of the cheese just to see, you know, it was hard cheese. I figured might be okay. It was not. Yeah, that was a bad time. Listen, I hate throwing out food. It makes me feel weird and really bad, so I didn't want to throw it out if I didn't like actually have to. So I tried it, and I do have to throw it out. So anyways, enough of that. I'm gonna go and get ready to head out. It's also going to start raining soon, so I would really like to be back before that. I also have therapy today at 3:30, so I had to be back before then anyways. So I'm gonna stop yapping and go and do the things that I need to do, and I will check in later on. doing? I've just finished filming my March wrap-up, and while I wait for my clips to upload onto my laptop, I figured I would do a little check-in here. It's currently Friday. Excuse you have fallen over. So I finished a couple of things so far this week. I finished reading Swamp Thing by Alan Moore the other day. I liked this in terms of the art, I think is my main thing that I enjoyed about it. In terms of the story, I don't really know what was happening for a lot of it. I feel like this maybe was not the beginning of the story. I felt like I was missing so much context. I mean, it says book 1, so I thought that would be the place to start, but I feel like there had to have been something before this. Possibly a lot of something. And yeah, a lot of the stories just didn't make sense to me at all. So yeah, story-wise, not the best for me, but the art was just so beautiful. So I gave it a 2.5 star, and most of those stars is just for the art, to be honest. So I'm still gonna keep it though, because like this book is so beautiful. I probably showed this off the last time that I talked about it, but just look how stunning that is. Like, oh my god, it's so pretty. Yeah, like this art style is so beautiful. Well, I'm definitely going to keep this book just for collection reasons, but I probably won't continue the series. And then I also finished the Martian Contingency by Robinette Kowal. I think that's the 4th book in the Lady Astronaut universe. Such a good book. Oh my god, it was amazing. I loved the plot of this one. It was such a good time. It was so interesting. I loved the mystery that was in there, but mainly the characters. Oh, they're so good. I gave this a 4.5 star. It was almost a 5, but I did find a little bit of the plot was confusing in some places. There were a couple times where I had to kind of skip backwards because I felt like I missed something really important and then couldn't figure out what it was that I missed, so I just had to kind of be confused until I figured out a little bit where I was. But aside from that, this was a nearly perfect book, and yeah, just such a blast. I can't wait for more books in this series. I don't think there's anything announced yet for the 5th book, but I really hope that there will be one because there needs to be more forever. Since then, I've picked up my first book for April's round of Backlist Bash. I'm going to do Backlist Bash a little bit differently this month. Past 3 months, I've set aside a 2-week chunk of the month and just did Backlist Bash, which I'm already finding was kind of burning me out of it, and I want to do this project for at least the full year, so I want to make sure that I don't get tired of doing it. Plus, while I've been doing Backlist Bash, I haven't been doing weekly vlogs, and so the things that I end up reading during Backlist Bash that are not for the project end up not getting talked about in a vlog. So instead, I'm going to pick 5-ish books that are for Backlist Bash and just read them whenever I feel like it during the entire month and vlog separately for that. That way I can still do my weekly vlogs throughout the rest of the month. If that makes sense, it probably does. I'm overthinking this. Anyways, I am reading a book for that currently. I'm reading Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, which I left downstairs, which I'm not going to talk about here. You'll have to wait for Backlist Bash to hear my thoughts on that one, but I am reading it currently. And then I've started an audiobook as well. I'm currently reading A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch, I think it is, by Hawley. It's the 2nd book in the, is it the Glimmer Falls series? Is that what it's called? It's a series of contemporary paranormal romances that are all companion novels. So fun so far. At the end of the 1st book, there were these 2 side characters that hated each other so much. And at the end of book 1, I was like, I really hope that these 2 characters get a romance. And book 2 is indeed their romance. So I'm having a great time. I love good enemies to lovers, especially when there is actual like legit reasons for these 2 people to hate each other, which these 2 definitely have. So I'm having a blast with it so far. I'm about 30% of the way through it, and after I finish up with this update, I'm going to just put on my headphones and fold my laundry and make some food and stuff and just listen to that until I have to go to work. But yeah, that is the update for right now, so I'm gonna go and do those things, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Alrighty, happy Saturday, everybody. Can you stay? Don't move. I finished what's it called? The Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch. I finished that one today and had such a fun time with it. I gave it a 4 star. I absolutely adored these 2 characters. They were hilarious. This was a proper enemies to lovers where they hated each other. They were fighting constantly and bickering, but also had a deep respect for each other from the very beginning. They could both see how strong the other person was, and they had a lot of respect for each other because of that, which influenced how they treated each other, where like they were still fighting, but it was never mean or spiteful. It was just kind of silly bickering and like hurling insults for no reason, but never really crossing any boundaries. They were hilarious, and like once the romance started to kick in, it was fiery and so fun. I had a blast reading this book. I think I liked it just like a smidge more than the first book because the plot of this one was more interesting. I liked the story that was underneath the romance just a little bit more, but otherwise everything was fantastic. The characters, again, definitely the best part of it, but the writing is great. The world is really fun. We got more info on like demon politics and that kind of thing, so it's definitely a very solid read and had a great time, and I can't wait to get to the last book in the series. I hope that there's going to be more eventually, but there's nothing announced, so I feel like the third book is going to be the last one, but one can dream. And then I've made zero progress in this in the last couple days. I'm still on page 54, so I want to read this. I just keep getting sidetracked. Today I had to like do my taxes and I had to do a thing for work. It's my day off, but I was trying to do this like self-evaluation that I had to do yesterday at work, but the computer was fucking up, so I had to do it at home instead because it was due today. So I spent some time doing that this morning. I also got out of bed really late. Like, I'm normally awake and up by like 8:30 latest. I didn't get out of bed until past 11 today. So a lot of my day is just kind of wasted. I feel like I hate when I stay in bed late, but I've been productive, so that's good. Also leaving shortly to go and do groceries with my roommate, and then I'm heading to my in-person book club meeting where we're going to talk about our last two books, which was Deep Sky by Yume Kitase and Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. So I can't wait to go and talk about mostly Project Hail Mary. The Deep Sky I didn't love, but Project Hail Mary is a new book on my favorite shelf, so I desperately want to go and talk about it with people. We were supposed to have this meeting last weekend, but the ice storm kind of canceled those plans on us, so we're meeting this weekend instead. So yeah, I'm heading out for that in a few minutes. I'm hoping I can squeeze in at least a couple of pages of this before I have to leave, but I am going to bring it with me so I can read it on the bus home at least. So I'll get some reading done for this today, and then when I get back I should focus on this, but like I'm really in the mood for TV recently, and that has not been the case in quite a while. I just finished watching season 2 of Rings of Power. Oh my god, oh, it was so good. It was so good. No spoilers, but Durin's speech, I think in the second last or last episode, one of the two, the speech that he gave me shivers. I just sat there, jaw dropped, as he was giving this epic speech, and just like full body shivers. It was amazing. And then in the last episode, again, no spoilers, no context for what was happening, but just the scene with Durin's father. I will leave it at that if you've watched it. Epic. That was fucking epic. Oh my god, it was so good. That was such a good show. I can't wait for season 3. I don't know if it's been announced yet or if it's in production. No clue. But I'm hyped for it and I want it like right now. But now that I finished that, I have to pick what to start next. I'm still watching Star Trek The Next Generation, which I should really focus on that because I've been watching it for 3 years and I'm only on season 4, I think, maybe 5. I think 5 now actually, so I could just like finish that. But that's like my comfort show for when I'm in a bad mood. That's when I watch that. So I do want to savor that one. Also really want to start Wheel of Time, and oh, what was it called? I can't think of the name, but I'll put a picture up here. It's a new one that I just saw on Prime the other day. It's really short. I think it's like 6 episodes, and each episode is only a half hour, and it's like a hitman for a demon or something like that. I don't even know. I saw the trailer and it looked awesome, so I really want to watch that one. And then I want to watch Mayfair Witches and A Discovery of Witches. I can't decide which one to go with, so I think tonight once I'm home from book club, I'm going to pick one of those ones to start. But anyways, I'm gonna stop yammering and go do the things that I have to do, and we'll chat later. Hi, how we doing? I was just editing this vlog and realized that I never actually wrapped it up or even updated past, I think, Saturday, so my bad. So just to quickly wrap things up before I have to run, I think when I updated last, what was I in the middle of? I have no idea. I think I was saying I was gonna start Extinction by Douglas Preston, which I did in fact DNF, like I thought I would. The other people in book club seem to be feeling the same way. Some people are really enjoying it, but the majority of people have DNF'd it or are trying it again after having DNF the first time. I will not be trying it again. I'm good. So my issue with this book was that it is exceptionally clear that it was written by a man. Right, Tony? Tony says hello. Oh, hi, buddy. Yeah, so it's a female main character written by a man, and that was very apparent very quickly. So I only got, oh god, maybe like a half hour, if that, into the audiobook, and I was like, I'm out, I'm done, I'm good. Because what I noticed was all of the male characters were being introduced by their title, their job, their accomplishments, and all of the female characters who had been introduced so far were introduced by what they look like, their wrinkles, their age, that kind of thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm actually good. I don't want to read this. So DNF on that one. And then I ended up picking up Sweep With Me, I think it was. It's book number 4.5 in the Innkeeper Chronicles series by Ilona Andrews. This one was hilarious. I gave it a 4-star. It was so fun and so stupid. There were philosopher space chickens in this one, and it was great. A lot of fun with the series. It was really quick too. It was a novella, so I got through that in about an hour and a half, give or take. After that one, I picked up The Dead Cattail Assassins by P.J. Clark, and it was phenomenal. I didn't think that one was going to be so funny. It was hilarious and had me like literally laughing out loud, which does not happen very often. The main character was sarcastic and witty. I loved the banter between the main character and the other character. It was brutal and gruesome and gross and so well written. And yeah, it was fantastic. I had a great time reading this one. And it also got a 4-star. And then I've also made some progress in Under the Whispering Door. I'm now on page 140, but again, that'll be in Backlist Bash. So I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I have no idea what that was, so I'm just gonna say that I'm not. And that's fine. So anyways, I gotta run. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys later on.